Right, so I am super excited for this one. Today, we've got with us Lisa Hatcher, the owner of Hatcher Team. She is actually my former mentor when I first joined EXP back in 2019. So this is super exciting getting you on the channel, Lisa, and I really appreciate you jumping on as well and giving us a little story of everything you got going on.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. Great talking to you. You were a great mentee back then, and you are an incredible agent now.
Thank you, Lisa. So for those of you that are not aware of you, the audience that may be watching, can you tell us, where you are, where you're at physically?
I am actually in Williamsburg, Virginia, and we handle business all the way to Richmond, which includes New Kent County, all the way down to Hampton area, which is down to the water. We try not to cross the bridge too much.
Got it. Okay. And how long have you been in business?
Wow, our team has been in business since 2001.
Wow.
Where I started as an unlicensed assistant for my husband, and then we switched roles maybe 10 years ago-ish, and I became the lead, and he became the marketing director.
Oh, that is awesome. So you guys have seen it all, 22 years.
Yes, a lot of ups and downs along the way, so the knowledge is great as far as what can come at us. Of course, there'll always be something new.
Yeah, I can only imagine everything that you guys have seen and experienced. I'm hoping the audience can pick up some golden nuggets here and there from this interview. So tell me a little bit, Lisa, obviously you've been in for 22 years and you've seen a good amount, and you've seen the markets go up and down as well. Can you give me an idea of what your current setup is? How many people are on your team?
Sure. We have 3 people on our team right now, plus Greg and myself. So there's 5 of us total. I'm the lead agent, and Greg is the marketing director. So he handles anything that comes at us for the whole team. And then we have 3 agents that use basically buyer's agents, but then they also do their own listings when they come up. One of them actually being my 18-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I heard. That's super exciting. She just got her license recently too, right?
She did. So she's a go-getter and very bubbly. So we're super excited to have her on a team. And also, hey, maybe she'll get handed something down if she decides to go this path.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. I look forward to connecting with her one day. And you obviously you guys are at a high production level as well. Can you give us a good idea of what the production looked like maybe the last year or two?
So the last, I'd say 3 years, we're at a little over 10 million. And our goal this year is 17 million. So our team is now ramping up. We did a lot of training the last year or so, and I think they're ready to rock and roll this year. So we're hoping to pump things up to about 17 million is our goal.
That's awesome. And are you bringing on any more team members at the moment, or?
Absolutely would bring on some new team members. We're looking for the right person to fit in our team that can gel. We prefer a full-time agent instead of a part-time agent. It's much easier to get in there and help them do what they need to do if they can dedicate the time to it.
Yeah. So from the sound of it, for anybody that's listening out there, if they're in the Williamsburg, Northern Peninsula area, really, right? Williamsburg, yes. Richmond, Hampton, Newport News area. If you're a full-time agent and you need the right support, the mentorship, Lisa's team is definitely taking people on, depending on how you guys might gel together. So reach out. I'll give the information at the end on that. And can you give us a good idea within the last 22 years? Obviously the last 6 was with EXP, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then what was it? Where were you at before EXP?
Before EXP, we spent 6 months, I think, with Chantel Ray, which I think once we got in there, felt that wasn't our vibe. we didn't gel the way we thought we would. Before that, we had been with Fathom. We've kind of been all over the place. We've tried different things. And to be honest, we really thought that EXP was our place for the rest of our career.
I did too.
But so it's amazing, you know, things come up, things change. So always be looking for new opportunities because they're out there.
Yeah, and Fathom, I believe, is 100% brokerage too, right?
It is. It is. It's a relatively similar brokerage. So
yeah, that's quite interesting, you know, because you went from the 100% to the EXP 80/20 model, you know, with the revenue share and all that. What so let's give the audience a good idea, you know, give me three main things on what intrigued you about LPT and what made you decide to, you know, join LPT Realty and partner up with us here at Freedom Growth Partners.
yeah, so I think it really divided up into two different areas. One being for the team itself. We really felt that the business builder model for them was a great place to start so that their income wasn't getting chopped up quite as much. And so that was a big push for us, you know, helping our team members out, making sure that we have a happy agent at the end of a deal as well.
Yeah.
So that was one big place. The other part that, bar none, really was the marketing that LPT had. We really felt like that was really helping out our client. We felt like that would really bring in a lot more buyers, giving them more money at the end. So we really felt that was another big push. So those were probably our two big things that made us go this direction.
Okay, got it. So one, the team structure made it more flexible for the team agents essentially, because the model that you're talking about with the business builder, they just pay 100, you know, it's 100% commission, but there's no monthly fees, no sign-up fees, no desk fees, nothing like that. And they just only pay when they close. And then the neat thing that you're talking about is they just pay $500 per file. And, you know, that's really it. And there's, you know, the 195 transaction fee. But yeah, and that's capped right at 5,000. So you just close 10 deals. So that's one of the same things, Lisa, you know, what intrigued me about LPT when I started forming the team, I was like, man, this model is more beneficial for my team agents, where everybody can essentially, you know, I can still make the same amount and they can make more. So that's really what was intriguing about that.
Yes, absolutely.
And the marketing that you're talking about, for the audience that may not be familiar with some of the marketing material LPT provides, are you talking about the listing power tools, like everything there?
Yes, absolutely. We were really kind of twofold, really. Mostly, though, for the listings, as far as all the marketing and really pulling in your buyer to be your partner, or your seller to be your partner in your venture, making them feel part of it. But also there are a lot of buying paperwork and pamphlets that educate them and help you educate your buyer as well. Yeah,
like 7 ways to bring down your mortgage payment, things like that. Yeah. Right. And it's like super cool too, because it's within, you know, there's the AI Desi. You just put in your picture, and then it literally makes it smaller. You don't have to spend any time trying to put it onto all the pamphlets. So that was cool. And then how about, because I know you guys had Tein too before you came over, right? So I was in a similar situation where I looked at Tein as another resource where I was paying, you know, me and my lender split was altogether, it was about $800 a month. This is before Tein ended up being like $1,100 a month nowadays, I think. That was another thing for me, the marketing, I got that provided. Did you see any value in that at all?
Well, we had really just switched over. So yes, we had obviously already looked into Tein and were very impressed. We had gone from several different websites on our own, and not being really my forte on there. But Greg was very excited. Oh, this is so much easier to work with. Just makes, you know, whatever job you have to be able to accomplish in that much less time. So
yeah. And anything else that intrigued you with LPT? The third one?
The third one. Well, everything that we've heard, while we haven't met Robert Palmer yet, he just sounded like such an enthusiastic and part of his team that we were just super excited that we maybe get to meet him, and all the energy that seems to follow him. So that was a big part too.
Yeah, for me too. I like knowing that, obviously we're growing really fast, and I like knowing that we're part of that growth. And yeah, he is very engaged. Tune in to, Motivational Mondays. I don't know if you know about that, Lisa. Do you?
No.
Okay. So on Mondays, every Monday at 10 o'clock, he jumps on call with pretty much a Zoom call. Everybody jumps on. It's from 10 to about 10:45. He'll go over right now. What's big that he's going over is since he's heavily involved in banking, he's going over how the banking failure is going to affect us in real estate. So he's been keeping us informed on that. But along with that, anything new coming up with the company where we might be launching next, things like that, and any questions he'll answer as well. So tune in on that. I'll get you a link to it in case if you don't have access to. You have access to Connect already, right?
Yes, we do.
All right, cool, awesome. So it's going to be in the knowledge base article. You just type in Motivational Monday, and then you'll be able to get. I'll send you over a link, so this way you can just register. But it's every Monday he does it, which is super cool. Another thing too that I don't know if you're aware of that might be beneficial for other agents out there listening too that might be interested in LPT. Every Thursday there's at 10 o'clock, I believe it is. There is pretty much a LPT Realty Explained by corporate. So if you have anybody that's interested, you could literally send them to there. They could listen to what LPT Realty is about, and then they put you down as who invited them, essentially.
Okay.
So just these systems in place to support the agents like you're talking about, right? And so one thing I want to leave the audience with, Lisa, for those that are out there listening, obviously the last 6 months, there has been changes in regards to the real estate market. If you're used to, from 2019 to 2021, right? And it's slowed down a little bit here and there. And there's some agents that may be newer, just getting in, or, some that are already experienced and struggling. What advice would you give them, being that you've seen a good amount within the last 22 years, right? Like, what advice would you give those agents out there? What one advice it would be, one golden nugget?
The one golden nugget is have a routine. Do this, have a plan and make it your job. We can't just sit around on the couch and think somebody is going to come and show up at our doorstep. Hey, I'd like to buy a house. You have to work. Yes, it is a job. Make a routine and you can do anything you want.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that too, Lisa. I think so for me, the saying is you treat this like a legitimate 9-to-5. It will pay you a lot more than a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
It's crazy because a lot of people get into the industry. That's a great advice because a lot of people get into the industry and they're most join for the freedom of the time, and then that ends up being the trap for them. So, and then they fall out of the routine. But if you actually treat this like a legitimate 9-to-5, where especially if you got nothing going on, that entire day should be spent outbound, anything, just trying to find some sort of business, whether it's door knocking, if it's provided by, that's all the materials provided by LPT as well. If you wanted to go door knocking, if you wanted to, message people on Facebook, whatever it is, cold call, right? Whatever it is, you definitely need to make into a routine. So definitely couldn't agree with you any more on that. So let's end it off with this, Lisa. Where can people find you? One, if they want to possibly join your team, and two, if they want to learn more about you, because you're over in the Williamsburg, the Northern Virginia area. So where can people find you?
All right. So the easiest way is to call or text me. My personal phone number is 757-218-6301. Otherwise, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, my website. They are all Hatcher Team Homes.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Well, hey, I appreciate your time today. Again, appreciate you jumping on, and I look forward to growing together.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Tein.